Yo, what's going on YouTube? Gonzo here. I'm back and I'm gonna do something that I normally don't do, which is game reviews. I think I reviewed 2 games back in the day, one being Metal Gear Solid 5 when that came out, and the other being the Gears of War that came out, the remaster for the Xbox One. I really don't do reviews because that's not my thing. I sort of kind of stay away from that stuff, but I felt like I had to review Resident Evil 2 because this is the game that us diehard fans have been wanting forever, since the Resident Evil 1 remake for the GameCube. We've been wanting the Resident Evil 2 for so long. We haven't had a Resident Evil 2 for 20 years, and we finally got one. So I felt I should give my review, my thoughts on it, being a diehard fan of the series and has been playing these games forever. Now it's probably gonna be a little bit biased. You know what? Fuck it. It is gonna be biased because I don't give a shit. It is what it is. But the first thing I wanted to talk about was gameplay. Gameplay, I had no problems with the gameplay. It felt like Resident Evil 7 in a sense. There was actually you didn't have to hold down the button to make them run or nothing like that. It was more so like Resident Evil 7. I think they did that, because it's more accessible, which it makes sense because it's modernized. It's not really old school but I had no problems with the gameplay. Gameplay was perfect. Item management is back in full effect. Bullets are scarce. Ammunition is scarce. You have to be sure that if you're gonna kill a zombie, make sure it's dead, because your knife will break. And I thought that was dope. They brought that from Resident Evil 1, the defensive items and whatnot. You get nice flashbangs, grenades, all that stuff. But gameplay wise, I didn't see anything wrong with it. I was doing perfect. I'm gonna just go out and say this. It adds, that fear is back in Resident Evil. I haven't felt like this since Resident Evil 3, to be brutally honest, because you had the nemesis chasing you around, and just that sense of fear. And it was like that in Resident Evil 7 because it was more so focused on like the ambience, and I played with headphones on and it creeped me the hell out. They went that route with this game as well. Now the soundtrack that the default soundtrack is good. It's really good. I really like Mr. X theme song. It's really, really good. But I did the soundtrack swap and I never went back. Okay, the original music, you just can't beat that. The original music is perfect, every single track. I even have the original soundtrack. So yeah, that's that. Now as far as gameplay wise, like Mr. X, he stole the show, because not only did they do like this whole ambient thing like they did with Resident Evil 7, but knowing that Mr. X, like his intro to the game, to the gameplay was fucking beautiful. And hearing his footsteps, you never know where he is. I played this game 4 times already. I beat the A and B scenarios with both characters. I'm doing hardcore mode right now. I've already finished Claire A game on hardcore. I'm doing Leon right now on hardcore. I plan on playing the shit out of this game like I did Resident Evil 2. But no matter how many times I've played it, I was always fucking scared to walk out of a safe room, because you can hear Mr. X, but you never know where he is. And just that sense of fear is like, damn, I don't know what the fuck to do. And you kind of, you got to be quiet because he's attracted to noise. So like if you're running through a door and how you just run and sprint and they pushed open the door, he hears that and he will track you down. He will hunt you. He will hawk you. Period. And another thing, like as far as the gameplay goes, I felt like it, that adaptive difficulty, it really kicked in, because I was doing fucking great. Like I said, I was doing great, but then when Mr. X showed up, I shot off his fedora, and got the trophy for that. And it was like his footsteps increased, and I felt like Leon was just running a little too slow, and it's like, dude, what the fuck? But it is what I actually like that, because you really got to keep your distance from Mr. X. You really don't get close to him, because there's been a few times where I ran from a liquor and I'm running from Mr. X, and then I end up fucking sandwiched between Mr. X and liquors. I don't know how the fuck I survived that. I just did, but yo, it is what it is. Now, another thing I want to talk about is the graphics. That RE engine, I don't know, dude, that engine, to me, it might be a little bit better than that Unreal engine, because I know with the Unreal engine, you can do some amazing shit with that. But this RE engine is fucking crazy. Like, the characters look so real that it's creepy. The facial animations, you know, even like particle effects, and when the blood and shit is flying all over the place, they really leveled up since doing Resident Evil 7. They really leveled up. And it's just perfect. It's perfectly done. Now, another thing I want to talk about that I was kind of bummed out about the game is the fact that there were 3 BOWs that didn't make the cut. The first one being the crows. The birds have been around forever. The second being the spiders. The spiders have been around forever. The third, which I understand why it didn't make the cut, was the moth. Because when you go back and play the old ones and you run into that moth, it's like, this is kind of stupid. But at the same time, it's like, dude, come on, where's the moth? Where's the fucking moth? But, you know, and that kind of leads me to believe that, because I know they use some type of scan technology, and it probably could have been hard to fucking scan a bird or a spider or a moth. It probably would have been hard to do that shit. That's probably why they got cut. But they replaced the spiders with G embryos. Now, it's a sewer section that you get to. They replaced the spiders with that, and that would have been real fucking creepy if the spiders did what the G embryos did in that sewer section. But, you know, graphics fucking amazing, gameplay amazing, presentation is amazing, the nostalgia is real. Anybody that's a diehard fan of the old Resident Evil 2, come on, you gotta get this game. You know, because I've been talking to people about this. I'm like, dude, Resident Evil 2 was easily the best one. Hideki Kamiya, you know, he directed the original, but Shinji Mikami produced it. And when those two linked up, it was like magic. The game was fucking perfect. No issues. Minus the 3. But I had no issues with this game. Like the boss battles, you know, like if you, for example, the alligator boss battle, it's the same how it was in the old ones in this one. It was short and sweet, but that was my favorite part out of the whole entire game, was when Leon was running, and when you're running from the alligator, you're dodging debris and shit in the water, and when I said holy shit, literally 2 seconds after I said it, he said it. I'm like, oh shit. So it was like they knew what players were gonna think and say. And there was a part when Mr. X scared the shit out of me. Like I said, he stole the show. Mr. X definitely stole the show. There was a part where he bust through a wall. I was not expecting that shit. I screamed like a bitch. Okay, I screamed like a little bitch. The part with the liquor, that made me jump a little bit, but when Mr. X jumped through that wall, I screamed like a little bitch. But if I had to give it a score, I would give it a 9.7. I took off 3 points because the 3 BOWs didn't make it, but I quickly got over that. Fuck it, I'm gonna give it a 10. It is what it is. This is Gonzo signing off. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff on YouTube. Thumbs up, thumbs down, like, share, comment. I don't care. I will see y'all in the next one. Take care and peace out, people.